guys, it's me, Dominique. Yes, I am recording in the car today only because I recorded a vlog earlier. Well, I'm actually recording a vlog as we speak, and I decided to do this small video, the short video in the midst of the vlog. I will link the vlog somewhere in this video so you guys can check it out if you're not subscribed to my channel and you're wondering what I'm talking about, or if you are subscribed and you just didn't run across that video. This video is going to be regarding forgiveness. I know I've done videos, a video regarding forgiveness, and then I've done a video reconnecting after sexual trauma, which I talked about forgiveness then as well. But I'm going to talk about forgiveness again and talk about why I'm talking about forgiveness again. So this past Sunday I went to church. I haven't been there in a couple of Sundays. Shame on me. But this past Sunday I went to church, and I almost didn't go to church because I got upset because I thought we were not going to make it on time. And me, I don't like to get to church late because the church I attend, it's a fairly big church, and if you don't get there at a certain time, you end up sitting upstairs or in the overflow, and I don't like to sit in the upstairs or the overflow. I like to sit in the sanctuary. So yeah, I was not gonna go to church because I did not want to sit in the overflow or upstairs. But yeah, so when I got to church, lo and behold, the sermon was about anger and forgiveness. Now the anger part, I felt like it was definitely speaking to me because, like I indicated before, I was already upset because I felt like we wasn't gonna make it on time. As some of you guys may know who follow me on Twitter, my husband has an issue with lateness. And I'm the type of person that I like to be places at least 30 minutes before time. Well, not church. I would like to get there at least 10 minutes before time. But I like, when I'm going to like an interview or I have an appointment, I like to get there super early. Or I like to leave super early to give me leeway just in case I run into traffic or anything where it delays me. But anyway, back to the video at hand. When I got there, the sermon, when the pastor started speaking, he's doing a series on forgiveness or whatever, and this week it was about anger and forgiveness. So, you know, when he was talking about the anger part, I felt like he was speaking to me because, you know, I do have anger issues. Even though I don't like to admit it, I do have anger issues from time to time. And he tied the anger issues with the forgiveness. So I was like, oh, when he said forgiveness, I was like, oh, well, I don't have no issues forgiving, like, whatever. I mean, I have forgiven so many people in my life for so many different things. But when he started speaking more and more, a feeling came over me, and I realized, you know what? I never really forgave my father. I forgave my father in some instances, but I never forgave my father for the lack of relationship I felt like we should have had. And because of the lack of relationship I had with my father, I felt like that was a lot of the root of the things I went through and the issues I had. But then sitting there, I never realized I never released. Like, I call myself forgiving my father, but I don't think in forgiving I released my father, and I released it for myself from having a hold on it. Well, my anger, the anger have a hold on me. And the pastor did analogy regarding an elevator door and the devil. He was like, I'm gonna get to it, I'm explaining. He was like, the elevator door, it has this thing. How he looking at me like that for? In my car, because he seen me talking to myself with the camera. So my bad. So the elevator door has this thing where if you put your foot in the little black spot, they close this foot right down. Do they close both of them right now? I'm all everywhere. I swear I am, guys. So it has this thing where as long as you put your foot in, the elevator opens back up. Like it's like it has like a little the little sensor thing or whatever. So the analogy he basically used was an elevator. It had the little thing. Once you put your foot in, you have your leeway into the elevator, regardless of people press the buttons or if it's about to close. So the analogy he said was regarding the devil and how you allow the devil to have a foothold in your life by holding on to anger and unforgiveness. So I realized two things when I was standing there, and then he did the altar call, that I never fully forgave my father for the resentment I felt as far as him not being the father I felt like he should have been, and like other stuff as far as like my trust issues, because I never really trusted men and stuff like that, because I felt like men weren't going to stick around because my father never stuck around, my father never wanted me, stuff like that. I never forgave him for that. So I stood there, and the pastor was like, you need to release, stand at this altar and release the unforgiveness, release the anger. And I also realized, the second thing I realized while standing at the altar, I realized that forgiveness is an ongoing process. Forgiveness is not just something you do and you're just like, okay, I forgive this person and it's done and over with. Forgiveness is a daily process. I have to remind myself that, because I always say I forgave so many people and I'm a better person for it and my life is better. But it's times where I lash out because I'm not working on the forgiveness, because I'm not constantly working on forgiving and releasing the unforgiveness and the anger I have towards people and towards the stuff I felt like that was this to me, that was wrong. So with all that being said, the main part of this video that I want everyone to realize is that forgiveness is an ongoing process. Forgiveness is not a one-time thing where you say, okay, I forgive this person, I'm over it. You're never going to be over something. I'm not going to say you're never going to be over something, but you always have to remember that forgiveness is a process. It's something that has to be done daily, weekly, monthly, however you need it, because you will find yourself in a situation where you thought you forgave somebody and all those feelings kept coming back, and you're right back at the point where you started, because you're not working on forgiveness in the process. So that's it. Till the next video, I'm out.